Hello there again, guys. Welcome back. This is part 2 of looking at my Lego vault. Part 1 exists. If you haven't seen it, you missed talking about all of these exciting champs. And basically what I'm doing, I'm going through my vault and I'm talking about who's in the vault, why are they in the vault, why aren't they leveled, why aren't I using them, do I have any future plans to use them, all of that good stuff. So if you're using any of these people or if you think they suck, let me know, I guess. But we'll continue, and we had left off at Rosin Scarhide or Raisin's Scorehood, or I don't know. I feel like I have a different name for him every time I click on him. This is, of course, the famous lizard, the fusion champ that we all work toward in the missions, collecting all of those rares. There was one that evaded me for so long. I don't remember which one it was, but by the time I finally got that rare, this champ was like irrelevant to my account. I think he used to be really good a long time ago, like before I started playing, so I can't confirm, but I think I've heard something of that nature. But basically just crept, like, he has some strong abilities, like, this is 100% turn meter decrease on all enemies, but it's like 6 turn cooldown. He could help you in wave content, faction wars. He's like a defense champ, maybe defense sort of damage dealer. I don't know if you could call him a nuker. He'll place decreased defense. He'll place weaken, so he's good in clan boss if you need that, because weaken decreased defense, both super strong, super important debuffs to have in clan boss. I mean, 90 resistance aura, that's a lot. That's a lot of resistance. So I think Arena maybe a long time ago was where people used him. But by the time I came along, like, Pythion was the most recent faction, so like not faction. Pythion was a fusion, and he was a fragment fusion, so he was very obtainable. So as far as lizards go, like if you had Pythion, there is no need for you to level Rosin to make it through faction wars. So the use was never there for me. It's a cool champ, and like we were talking about, basically every champ is like, when I look at any champ in my vault, I'm just kind of like, yeah, Cursed City room, Cursed City boss, someday, just not now. Bazilus Ronas, I couldn't even tell you what this guy does without looking at it. So it's attack all with a stun, decreases the turn meter if he doesn't place a stun. Interesting. Attacks one enemy 3 times, ignores shield, blah blah blah. So nuker, okay. I have so many nukers, so many strong nukers. There's really no need for this. And yeah, I'm sure I just looked him up at the time, watched some videos, and realized, hey, it's like a mid-tier nuker. I have people who can do an AoE stun already, so this isn't really something I want to invest 5, 10, like a lot of books into. So there he shall say. Oh, and also High Elves is that's such a strong faction. I don't need any champions in that faction like ever again in my life, so sorry, Bazilus. We talked about Joffre Broad in the last video because, as you can see, that's a dupe. So I already talked about him when I was here. But just to recap, it's a cool-ish kit. It's just, if somebody's not an S tier Lego, they're probably discarding your vault. But it's not horrible. He'll place block damage if somebody's about to die. He'll place increased defense. He'll remove decreased defense, weaken from allies. He's got 100% chance on the attack all stun. So he's got, a little something. It's not the worst kit I've ever seen in my life. It's just, if you're looking at the champs you own and you're looking for the best one to level, this dude probably isn't it. Archbishop Penroy. I got him, it probably wasn't recently anymore. But I am actually excited to level and use him. I've just kind of been trying to, I don't know, on your account you get to a point you're trying to focus certain things, and sometimes you get pulled in different directions. And so, while I am really excited for the, the block buffs, the increased accuracy, the max HP, the increased defense, the shield, like, this dude is sick. Like, I'm super stoked to use him in Hydra. It just hasn't happened yet. So yeah, no, this is This is not a Vault Guardian in any way. This is an awesome champ, and I'm really looking forward to use him. It just hasn't happened yet. I've been trying to focus Faction Wars a little bit, and Sacred Order is done, so trying to focus other things, but at the same time being bad at it, because I just leveled Leo and Molly, and I have both those factions done, so I'm a notorious Faction War just procrastinator. Like, my account is so far past the point. Like, I have all the champs, I have all the gear, I just don't feel like investing in those champs up to 60 because I have so many other champs I want to do up to 60. So yeah, so I have a Brutal Hydra team and one key, and I am looking forward to this guy, and you know, maybe starting looking toward Nightmare. But this guy's sick, nothing wrong with him. Here's another one. You know, this is actually Void Lego. I don't even know if you guys knew that I had this stuck back here in my vault. Raka Viltard. I've finished Orc's faction. Do not need Reviver in that, but she is a Reviver. If you happen to own this Void Lego and need a Reviver in your Orc's faction, she will do that. But she's actually strong. I don't know a lot about her. I think people were a little torn when she came out. Like, is this champ good? Is this champ bad? I think she's clearly good. Heal on the A1, removes all debuffs and places increased attack shield. Revives everybody and will place a block debuffs. She can place the block debuffs even if nobody's dead. So it's kind of one of those kind of abilities. And then she'll just fill turn meters just for like existing. And she'll also place continuous heal on the ally with the lowest HP as long as it's not herself. The speed aura, so definitely like I'm in like Silver 3 tag. I do see her as like a lot of people's lead in arena because, you know, she's got this speed and she's their support in the fight, so she's good there. I think people's main issue with her when she came out was that they don't feel that having block debuffs on the revive is a good place to have it, I guess. Like, I think they want the block debuffs to be like on this ability or just be used in a different way, because yeah, like having to sacrifice your revive to place a block debuffs is, yeah, I mean, I can definitely see their concerns with it, but you know, that's like whales and krakens and stuff, and for someone like me who doesn't already have all of the strongest champs in the game, like, this champ is obviously very good and very useful, so definitely good. I just haven't gotten around to using her yet, but I don't actually have a terrible lot of revivers leveled. Like, I have Pythian, I have Rector Drath. Oh, sorry, yeah, we're filtering by rarity, so I use like Python, Rector Drath, Sill of the Drakes. I don't even think I have any revivers leveled outside of that, so definitely somebody I'll be investing into in the future, just not at this moment. Sun Wukang. Obviously we all probably own this champ. Are they still giving him out? I don't even know. Like, do you still get him if you're new? That, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, this champ is crazy good. Like, this champ is... A lot of my friends think this is just ruining Arena because it's all you see in every match, whether it's live, whether it's classic. And the champ is just strong. Like, you don't have to have an insane build to be doing just stupid amounts of damage. You're going to steal all the buffs. You're going to place block buffs. Like, that's also good in Hydra. So, obviously, the champ is really good. I'm probably trolling for not having him leveled, but PvP, not a huge focus for me. He is good in Hydra, so there is that to be said. I probably should get him leveled, but Skinwalkers I've been done with for a long time, and I don't know. I've built so many nukers recently, I don't really have the gear. I've used all my good attack stuff, but yeah. I mean, obviously the passive, just a constant reviving this character is crazy annoying. I'm sure the 28% speed aura, you know, it's like one of the best speed auras in the game. Like, I'm sure we're all... I will just say this. I'm sure we're all sick of seeing this champion. So I'm doing you all a huge favor by not having him leveled, so you don't have to see him on my team. So you're welcome. Next up, another free login type dude, Rathalos Blade Master, part of this Monster Hunter promotion collaboration they've got going on. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never touched one of those games, so as far as the characters and stuff, that has completely flown over my head with the event, but I think it's another like strong-ish champ. Not as strong as Wukang, I don't think, but I've seen videos of him doing a lot of damage in Hydra because, you know, every second use he'll attack all enemies and he'll ignore 100% of the target's defense if it's a boss, so he'll increase his own crit damage. So yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of damage potential here. I don't know oh yeah, and also he's got this, and theoretically in Hydra you want the enemies to be HP burn, so he should just be doing more damage. He's got another passive here. Every 5th skill used by this champion deals 200% more damage, so clearly a lot of room for damage. It's just, you know, they've thrown out, like, they've given us so many free nukers lately. Like, calm down, let me catch up and build some of these people. Jeez. So yeah, I mean, not a bad champion anyway, just not somebody I've leveled yet, and to be honest, probably won't for quite a while. Lenothril, this was just kind of a random, you know, poll I got in an ancient shard at some point. He's an ally attacker, so he's got like increased crit damage with an ally attack. He's got shield. I guess it conditionally can't be removed, stolen, or transferred. So that's kind of interesting. Because he is an ally attacker, I have seen him used. Like, I've definitely seen videos of actually like good Fire Knight hard teams where he's being used, you know, because of the ally attack is very good. Because you need so many hits on the shield. So just like ally attackers in general, strong in that fight, and the boss is hitting hard, so he does have shield and stuff. So I think that's really the only place I've seen people like, yeah, Lenothril, or however you say it. So, I mean, situationally, maybe I'll use him for that someday. I don't know. I haven't looked into it that much, but I have seen, you know, he has places in like endgame content, just a bit niche, kind of like all ally attackers. So, but good to know that there's at least some potential for him out there. Obviously, High Elves, insanely strong faction. Don't need any more champs in that at the moment. Next up, Mr. Bambus 4-leaf. No, I did not do the fusion. I have a habit of pulling the fusions. Like, I've pulled so many of them. I did not do the Rosilvarg fusion. I have a Rosilvarg. I did not do the Rat King fusion. I have a Rat King. And you're all gonna hate me. I did not do the Newt fusion. Yeah, busy. No time. Didn't really care. I knew the champ was insane, but I ignored it anyway. Pulled him later. So big history of pulling fusions. You know, Bavald was a fusion. A lot of fusion pulling. So yeah, I pulled this in a double Lego recent-ishly. The champ is definitely niche. His kit is weird. He'll like put himself to sleep. And he's like, is he still the only champion in the game who will place Enfeeble? I think so. I don't know. Maybe they gave it to some mythics by now, but it's like a, you know, there's a lot of paragraphs here. Like, it's unique kit is what I would say. And it's sort of reviving around him putting himself to sleep. And yeah, so I've seen videos of Hydra teams with him, but obviously, like, because of his unique kit, the team is essentially set up around him. You can't just throw him in any team and be like, haha, yeah, this is gonna work. It's not like that. So, and like we talked about with Cursed City, I mean, I don't think the kit is completely useless, and I can definitely see myself using it in a Cursed City room or boss fight someday. It's just not something that's super high priority for me at the moment. Big Daddy Heff. I pulled, this is a dupe for me. I pulled another one a few days ago. So I already have a Heffrek. It was a dupe. I was really surprised to get one. It's always surprising to get a dupe because I own so few Legos. So it's like really out of like hundreds of champs, and I'm still missing like hundreds of them. It couldn't have been something new, but I feel as though it would be silly to complain about getting dupe Heffrek. Like we kind of talked about with the nukers, they've been throwing out so many. I already have so many nukers. Like, I I know it seems weird, but like I feel like I have so many nukers that I don't even know if second Heffrack will ever like have a place. Like even in tag, because I mean like if you think about Wukong, Wukong is probably better than Heffrack. Like this champ is just in everybody's team right now. So, you know, it's just crazy. The survivability with the revive, you just keep coming back and being annoying. So I don't even think second Heffrack makes my tag teams at the moment. So I don't know. It's weird. Weird world we're living in right now in Raid, right? Next, I've got Denskull Reaper. So you may notice also, I have a dupe of this guy. So just another one of those random dupes. They just keep giving them to me. He's a nuker also. So we've got attack all here. And then this is, you know, like the big single target nuke that's going to ignore shield buffs. Decreases this cooldown of this. And, or wait, no, this. Wait, I'm lost. Oh, sorry. Okay, so if you get a kill, it decreases the cooldown of this skill and does all this other stuff. So it's supposed to revolve around that, but... And he's got this other thing too. You know, a lot of benefits when you kill an enemy. You get all this stuff, you get all this stuff. So he's got like a little bit of counter synergy against high elves, dark elves, elves in general, I suppose we should say. But I think the issue just ended up being he's just not one of the stronger nukers, so you're not really killing anybody and doing all this stuff based on you killing people. So he's been chilling here. I don't need anybody in orcs. I don't need any more nukers. You know, like we've talked about, maybe Curse City someday, or maybe never. Denskull Reaper. Right now, all he is Faction Guardian plus 10% HP to those orcs, which isn't really bad when you think about, you know, like Artok and stuff. So thank you, Denskull Reaper, for your service. This dude, Sitto. I don't know too much about him, to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and tell you like, oh yeah, I'm an expert on this champ, but when I got him, I looked him up and he doesn't appear to be a particularly strong nuker at the moment. They've just released so many things better. Like maybe years ago he was good, but you know, like attacks one enemy. We don't want one enemy. We want like all of the enemies. And then, you know, here's the it's only going to attack all enemies if there are 3 or more enemies alive. So like if you've already killed someone, this becomes bad. You're not going to attack all anymore. So it's, I don't know. It's not really a great kit. There's so many strong nukers out there right now, especially, you know, ones you got for free. So sorry, Sitto, just not a lot of reason. Undead, don't need anyone there. Next up, Gorain. This is another one kind of like Archbishop. I'm actually super stoked that I got her. I'm excited to use her in Hydra. She's probably my very next level. She's probably the next one I'm doing. Her kit is sick for Hydra. Attack all enemies. Wait, let me look at this one first, because yeah, I don't know why I started with the A3. That's dumb. So maybe we'll steal a random buff. Attacks all enemies, gonna place HP burn. And continuous heal on allies is the ascended skill. Then we're gonna come around to the A3. She will increase the duration. She'll also place Leech and Hex. And these are, you know, Hex, very, very good Hydra debuff. And Hex is also like, this is a hard debuff to find, right? Like, it's not like you just look in here in your champs and you're like, oh yeah, this guy plays this Hex and this guy and this guy and this guy. No, it's like, Mithrala is the only champ I have that places Hex. So, yeah, hard debuff to find and super useful in Hydra. And I'm really looking forward to using her. It's just, you know, so many champs to build, so little time. But I think she's definitely my next level. So, yeah, good. Got that cleared up. Okay guys, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up there for today for Gorain with my peering into my vault and seeing what's going on in there. I guess this is actually gonna be maybe like a 3 video series. I either underestimated how many champs I own, or I underestimated how much time I would talk about each of them. Probably the latter, because, you know, I always talk more than I thought I would. But once again, you guys, thank you for hanging out with me, looking through my vault with me, and you guys enjoy the rest of your weeks, and take care of yourselves. Goodbye.